live on YouTube. Here we go.
It's Benni's live stream.
Welcome to today's live stream. I hope you having a wonderful Wednesday. I hope you had a wonderful Wednesday if you're watching this from Europe, because we're almost through with Wednesday. I know some of you folks are just starting out with Wednesday. And today is another reaction. I opened Logic today and I was surprised because it didn't say like 10.4.8. It said 10.5.0. So I'm super anxious about any major update with my system, because usually like the first couple versions of a new major update are usually full of bugs and errors and stuff like that they need to figure out, and then usually they come out with a 10.5.1 after like 2 or 3 weeks because they realized there were so many bugs in there. So I'm super anxious. I'm super nervous. I didn't open Logic like I did the last couple days, and I'm super anxious that everything will just work the way it should be, because I didn't work on in Logic today. This is actually going to be the first time I open Logic and I open a session basically, and I want to do this and I want to share this with you guys because this is something very dramatic for me. Okay, so let's jump in the screen. Here we go. Don't need the vlog voiceover, so I just want to open Logic Pro 10.5, and there we go. Here it says 10.5. Ah. Okay, so I want to just start a new project. I don't want to screw anything up. But first, let me say hi to you, all of you. Hey, Jessica. Hey, Jan. Hey, Mike. Great you popping in. So, all right. Here we are. Logic 10.5. Oh, let me grab a sip of water. Okay, I'm super nervous. But so far it looks good. Doesn't look like any major change to the GUI. So that's a good thing. Okay. I think I'm just dropping in some samples real quick so we got something to work with. Let me just grab a drum set. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, why not? 100 BPM. Set the project. So far so good. I don't know. Let me grab some more instruments real quick. Some keys and 100 BPM. Oh, I did a video on this this very loop here. You can watch it on my Instagram page. I did some bass soloing on it. So this is in C minor. Let me just grab a bass. Funny that I'm actually searching for a bass. Being a bass player, I could just play something, but yeah, coronavirus got me lazy. Okay, whatever. Let's see if this works together the way it should be. It does. Okay, so let me just grab a bass and I play something real quick. It's the fastest way. Let me know in the comments how you've been today. What does Wednesday look for you guys? I spent the whole day writing lyrics, by the way, so I'm in storytelling mode. Share some of your stories. Okay, here we go. Plug in my bass. Go. So I just record something simple. Something very simple to get things going. Got something to work with. Okay, so I want to just build a little kind of bridge. Just a super simple, quick arrangement so we can get going. So far, logic looks the same to me. So far. But I know there's some new options. Perfect. That. Filter out some... Oh! The equalizer looks different. It looks better though. Oh, and the resolution is much better. Nice, I like it. First improvement. Like it. Okay. Though I hardly ever use this equalizer. Barbecue all day. Wow. I wish I had that. Okay. So far, so good. This looks good so far, so I think I can just start working with this new version of Logic. Go. Not even C minor. No bass here. Oops. Wrong mode. Here we go. Okay, first buck. Usually I can just cut this with setting the playhead right here and making Command X, and usually it just makes a cut, but now it just deletes the whole thing. First buck. Ah, anxiety rises. Okay, let me just drop another beat element. super easy. Okay. Can work with that. Okay, so now we created 3 parts of a beat, song, whatever. And I want to now check out some more details of this Logic version. But let me make sure I'm reading the comments today, because we had a little technical issue that I wasn't aware of till like half of the video was done. I want to make sure that I don't miss any hint of you guys. That was cool. Barbecue all day long. Lyrics is the best thing you can do. Yeah, right. Raining all day. Bit of home office, grocery shopping, phone calls, couching for me today. Sounds like a good work day. Wednesday, lots of work, reading and playing. That's so great, Jessica. Didn't feel inspired to play, Jessica. I was lazy Sunday for me, except it was on Wednesday. Right. That's what the situation brings right now, right? Every day feels like Sunday a little bit. I don't know. Going online with my teacher in a few minutes. Had to show some progress. I would love to see the progress. Go share some videos. Good luck on that, Jessica. Okay, so let's jump in Logic again. Could have at least tuned my bass, but who cares? Yeah. Use that. Cool. Okay, let's add some more reverb to this. Cool. Okay, so here we go. I want to just save this. Let's see if Logic saves it the way it used to. I hope so. Other stuff. Live stream. Logic update. Here we go. Okay, so let me just rename this one. Drums 1, drums 2, drums filtered. So we got a Rhodes, we got a tambourine, we got my bass, and we got some pad. It's more of a pad, like more than vocals. Okay, let me just color code these a little bit so the mixer does look the same. Whew, fortunately. All my drums are red, all my percussions are orange, my bass is always violet, purple, sorry, and Here we go. Color code, done. So now let's see what's going on. And I want to take YouTube to help me out on the new functions. I'm sure there's going to be like tons of people making any kind of reviews. Review Logic 10.5. Okay, Music Tech Help guy. He's a really great dude. If you want to check him out, he's a great guy too. John Sein. He's a daily vlogger from Düsseldorf, Germany. He's super, super persistent with his stuff. So, and also he's a German guy. So why not check him out? Germany represent, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to the studio, welcome to the vlog. Today, a very busy day. It's entirely hate it. And if you're quick and easy, I just opened up Logic and everything worked as before. I opened a couple of projects, everything.
So see, he had the same anxiety as I had.
Everything is working, which is the most important, especially if you work professionally and you're working on a project and you're thinking about upgrading or maybe first finishing that project. Still, please back up before you engage the update. There are two changes. Right. First of all, the automation
or disable the automated update function.
So it updates your automation, which can give you like weird automations that are just consisting of dots, but it still sounds the same. And even bigger, some shortcuts are changing. It asks you if you want to keep your shortcuts or adapt to the new ones. And the
I did keep my own.
Are really small, and mostly those changes are made to also implement shortcuts for the new functions that were implemented. Well, let's get to the exciting stuff. We've got a full project opened with like 70 tracks and everything going on. Everything is working.
I only got 6 tracks.
And like
well, that's all right.
The thing that really
7.
like it was so long overdue is Logic actually updating.
I totally agree. There were so many bugs on the last version of Logic, and this really I just hated the last version of Logic, especially if you were running under what is the actual system? Oh, Catalina. So it doesn't really work together, unfortunately. So I had major issues with the last Logic version together with Catalina. So I don't recommend using this Discord server. I didn't think about it. No, but we could do that. Why not? Okay, so back to the video. Sorry, just wanted to make sure I'm not missing a comment.
Sampler.
Want to be the nice guy.
24 was just like an old piece of garbage. This one right here is updated. The look of it, the functionality of it, it's way more convenient to use. You can still use all of the old ones that you already have uploaded in there.
Okay, so there's a brand new instrument.
I think is even more exciting.
Sampler.
Is actually the addition.
So I guess it's an addition to the EXS24
of the quick sampler. So you got the ESX24 replacement basically for your multi kind of samples, and then you got the quick sampler that is more used for single samples. So you can just drag and drop any kind of loop right in there.
Okay, so I don't need this information because I stick to my sample players. I do use EXS24 very rarely, so I rather check on battery and stuff like that. So sample players that I've worked with before. So, but I will check it out. Maybe I switch because I think it's better.
Really powerful enough in my opinion and everything. But I personally, for example, use still Kick 2, which is way more powerful. You can draw the notes and
okay, got it. He's still talking about the samples. So this is the exciting part, I think, because I've been working with Logic so many years that I basically could realize any project with it. So I did use Logic live, like major live concerts with thousands of people, and we had a sequencing track, and I was in charge of the sequencing track. So I always use Logic for that, and I set markers, and I also set like MIDI controls to jump to a certain marker and to play back and to stop and all that kind of stuff. And that worked really fine. So I'm super excited about this new feature that I heard of. And also Logic, like the guys from Apple, actually released a picture of Logic 10.5. And this really drove the whole music community crazy because they actually wanted to introduce live looping, and I think that's a really cool thing because Ableton Live was so known and so much celebrated for this feature, and I always waited for Logic to come up with a feature like that because that is really something that's going to change the creative process of making beats, of making songs. And this is actually what I was trying to check out in this video. So you're gonna see me learn what I hopefully can adapt to my workflow very soon. So check it out.
Like started a
Let's
song
learn
with it
together.
yet. It looks amazing. I can't wait to have like controllers that fully control it. I'm pretty sure you can already map it to any kind of controller. But this is a little bit like what Ableton already had from the start.
What I said.
You have like little clips and scenes that you can arrange and trigger and play. And behind every kind of block, there could be MIDI or audio. You can play them from top to bottom here at the very bottom. And this would basically jam. You make these kind of clips, arrange them together, and then you can start like thinking about how to arrange the song. Definitely, it's definitely a must. The very first album, you could somehow map other effects than the Logic integrated one.
Okay, so he's not talking about how he does that. So okay, I want to skip to another video for a sec. Fake
Guck mal, bei
music,
eBay gibt's
tech
den
help
Schuh.
guy. Oh, we don't need ads.
Kopfhörer, auch ein guter Preis. Rollkragenpulli.
Hey everyone, this is Josh from Carney Media Group
Hey,
and
Josh.
the Music Tech Help Guy YouTube channel. Logic 10.5.
Okay, so I want to skip forward to where he talks about the live looping.
Clicking here.
Here we go.
You can also press Option V to toggle between these, and you can also press Option B to show both of them. So instead of regions,
Okay, so I know that the iOS version of GarageBand used this mapping tool much earlier, and I'm super excited to check it out now.
like in the tracks area, you have cells. You can click
I didn't use it with any iPad or so.
to play a cell.
So this is completely new.
But the real magic of live loops is the ability to trigger the playback of multiple cells at once. So each vertical set of cells, each vertical column of cells is called a scene, and you can trigger that scene for playback by clicking the scene trigger button right here.
Got it. Okay, let's do that with the example that I just created. Let's see how easy it is. Maybe it's not as easy as he thinks. Okay, so I can see the arrange window is still here. Okay, so I just drag and drop or what? Oh, okay, so I need to vertically drop these in, or how does it work? Oh, I see. Okay. So I basically got the same tracks. Okay, so maybe I can just... Okay. Let me try this again. Okay, I think I can just drag and drop the whole thing. Can I? No, I can't. Wow, I'm so used to horizontal. Okay, I think I need to put it in like this. Oops. I don't know if it works like that, but I just try. Okay, so I think I need to mute these. Do I? Yep. So I need to mute my arrange window. Is that right? What is this supposed to mean? So, okay. Learning by doing. Okay, so I can use these loops and just create my own arrangement. I think I got it. And as always, I didn't prepare any of this before, so you see me doing this while I'm learning this, okay? It's still looping then? Okay. Okay, it starts on like every other beat. Okay, got it. Okay, so I can just like fool around with that, right? Okay, and I can also just play one scene. Okay. Okay, got it. Okay, so I did never use Ableton in my entire life. So let's just see what he's doing in his
Then you
tutorial.
can press spacebar to stop playback, and then command return to stop all cells. That's a workflow that you should commit to memory when working in live loops. You can use the left and right arrow keys to select different scenes, and press the return key to trigger as well. So you
Okay.
can use this to jump around and trigger different scenes to build out the best arrangement for your song. You can import loops from the loop library.
Okay, let me try to come up with an arrangement, just like he did. I can use... Okay, so I can't... Why can't I start? Okay, so I just do it with my mouse. Okay. So I need to be aware of the fact that this... Oh, okay, so I can just combine them like this, I guess. Okay, it overwrites the thing. That's pretty strange to me. Because, like, if I'm thinking of in a horizontal way instead of a vertical way, this whole thing, because I made this cut, doesn't seem to work as one clip. And that's really weird somehow. So first need to probably glue them together. Somehow merge them. So like this. So now I can use it. That's pretty cool. So you can basically use every next one beat to be the trigger for the next scene, as they say. See you, Filippo. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Okay, that's a bit confusing to me because all the blocks right here obviously need to have like the same length in order to work as a scene. So I need to think vertically in my horizontal kind of arranging window. I get it, I guess, but let's continue with this video. Maybe that brings in some light into the dark.
Or import
maybe I'm judging
external
too
loops.
early.
Here I'm importing a loop from Splice, and it automatically adjusts the tempo of the loop to match up with the tempo of my project and to match up with the other loops in my grid. This also
seriously?
works for the Finder window as well, so you can import any audio.
Okay, I want to try that. Let me grab a drum beat that's not 100 BPM. Okay, this is 125, so let's try. Okay, maybe that's not really obvious. Okay, that's not super obvious. Oh, let's see. Oh, I can also record into that cell. So, okay, I gotta say this is a little confusing because I'm confused with the workflow. So, where is this actually starting? Because if I record something here, it should be recording right here, I guess. Okay, I guess I am the problem here, but it's not as intuitive as I thought.
Audio or MIDI data you like. With software instrument tracks, you can right-click and create a custom MIDI cell, pattern cell for the step sequencer, or for MIDI and audio cells, you can record directly into the cell. Next up is Remix Effects. This is a new plugin that's meant to be used in...
Okay. I didn't quite get it from his review, but let me experiment with it a little bit more. Because I actually think this is a powerful tool, but I don't know. Maybe it's still in its infancy. And also I'm not getting like the mute structure because this is obviously muted, but it's not. Oh, here we go. That's strange. Okay, so I guess this little arrow right here shows me where this track is taking its information from, I guess. So if I'm switching everything to this window, this automatically gets muted. Okay, I get it. I get it. I think I get it. Okay, so can I choose multiple cells? Yes, I can. No, I can't. Oh, yes, I can. Okay, let me just empty all the cells again and try this one more time. So this basically, in a vertical sense, in my understanding, should be one scene. This, in my understanding, also merge these guys, should be the second scene, right? This right here should be our third scene. So here we run into another problem. Boom. There we go. Third scene. And wow, that's super annoying to having to merge all the tracks together. That's a bit weird, I guess. But let's not judge before I fully understand what's going on. There we go. There we go. Okay. So now let's transfer all that. It's funny that the playhead actually plays at a certain position, though it has nothing to do with this position right here. Maybe I'm too narrow-minded for that. Maybe I'm a little confused. I don't know. Okay, so I can choose every next one beat. Okay, this can be very helpful if you want to play around with the arrangement of a song, or if you do something live. For example, you're playing live, and you're coming up with a part to a song. Excuse me. You're coming up with a part to a song, and maybe you want to do this again with the crowd, or I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't want to just like mute one thing. So that would be interesting, I guess. Okay, that's pretty interesting. So now let's say if I want to just mute one. But what happens if I only want to play like this next thing? Maybe I just copy it over and have it as a separate scene, I guess. Okay, I guess that's the easiest way to do that, but still not too intuitious. Okay, that's a cool feature to just play around with the arrangement and find combinations between instruments that didn't exist before. So that is pretty cool, and that's actually quicker than doing this in the arranging window. Cool. Cool. Okay, that's a very creative way to come up with cool combination patterns between your instruments, because if you're doing something like this in the arranging window, you usually end up like just muting a bunch of stuff and like disable mute and not mute, and this way you can actually like set a scene and jump between the scenes, like even during a performance. You can perform a song basically, and you can just decide if you want to repeat like one part, or extend one part, or shorten one part. That's a good thing, and I'm already thinking like how I could use this in a live situation, because I've been building so many sequencer tracks for major artists, having like a bunch of markers set up and a bunch of folders, and I'm basically juggling around all the time to get to the markers. I personally found a way to just like set a MIDI command to my MIDI keyboard and be at a certain marker within the touch of one button or one key. So that's pretty quick too. But this way, I also think this is a very cool way to rescue situations live. So, for example, like the singer forgets to jump into a part. I could easily just like hit the key again and we're back on track. So, for example, I would do it. I want to do it. I want to do. I could just repeat the phrase. That's pretty cool. Gigi de l'Acier. Yep. It just got more Ableton-like. And I'm still trying to get used to it. I accidentally updated my Logic because I enabled the automated update. And I don't know. I'm still super anxious that all my stuff is still working, all my mixes, all my sessions, all my projects that I'm working on. But so far it runs pretty fluently, and I'm pretty amazed by like the very simple interface, and I think that's a very cool workflow to just implement into my daily work. So let me just come up with an arrangement to this song real quick. So I want to start like this. One, two. This makes arranging a lot more enjoyable, I gotta admit. 2, 3, 4. Hey, Charles. Great to see you. Hold it for the bridge. 1, 2, 3. So I can already hear a bridge part that's more like this. Check it out. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that you can do things like this on the spot is really cool. I gotta say, I'm slowly falling in love with this. That's cool. Okay. I gotta admit, I'm slowly falling in love with this, and I know there's a bunch of more options that you can implement here. So you can drop in some effects and stuff like that. I heard about that in this video that we just watched, and I gotta say I'm amazed by this workflow right now for the arranging process, but still like. If I'm thinking about like the stuff I'm working on right now, I'm trying to think about how I can implement this in my workflow right now. I don't know. Maybe for songwriting, maybe for the songwriting parts, and just to see which kind of parts work together. And I also can think about using this in my next live concert here on YouTube on Friday. Stay tuned on Friday. Cool. That's impressive. I gotta say this is impressive. So what happens if I'm going back to my arrange window? Okay, so basically all of this is in bypass, I guess. So, and I can just go back from friends to lovers. Ha ha ha. I can just go back to my arrange window as I have made it before, I guess. Yep. Okay, so what happens? I'm wondering. Let's say I came up with a great arrangement here. How can I put that on here? Can I just take this and drop it right here? Okay, that's cool. Okay, that's very cool. And I was just about to say that. So there's still, you can use this as a horizontal kind of arrange window. That's cool. So you can come up with the arrangement or put your scenes in order, and you still can drag it up to your side and use it in the arrange window. That's very, very cool. Okay. Okay, I make a promise. I'm going to use this feature on Friday, okay? I'm going to check it out to all the details and stuff like that. And I want to use this in my live stream on Friday in my concerts. So you're going to see me doing effects like a DJ and all that kind of stuff while I'm soloing. That's going to be cool. Looking forward to that. Cool. So I guess this is like the major new feature of Logic Pro X 10.5. My anxiety slowly drifts away. Okay, so we got Autosampler right here. Let's see that. Okay, I can just drop some stuff in here. Okay, that's basically a sampler. That's new too. Did everything, like any GUI improvements? I wonder. Logic. Release notes 10.5. New features, Logic. Okay, so this is like the official release note, I guess. Live loops. Okay, we had that. Sampler and quick sampler. Okay, we saw the guy in the video using sampler. So this basically working like every other sampler that we use, like battery and stuff like that. That's cool. We got a step sequencer. Finally. That's really cool. Okay, where do I get my step sequencer? Learn more. I guess I just need to RetroSynth, FromKit Designer. Okay. Quick sampler, sculpture. That's all not new. Quick sampler. Drum synth. Okay, this is new too. Okay, how can I use the step sequencer? Okay, whatever. I think we spent quite some time on the live loop thing, so I don't want to overdo the length of this video. So I'm maybe gonna check this out for Friday as well, because that will make beat producing a lot easier. Having everything like in an overview that of a step sequencer, that would make my life a lot easier creating beats and stuff. So that's cool. And as I said, I promise to use the live loop feature of the new Logic update in my concert on Friday. Maybe I even gonna play a new song that you never heard before. Yep, I'm gonna do that. And I think I just wrap up this video right here. I'm super impressed. I found one bug so far. Let me check if this is the case. No. Okay, so I found one bug so far. I guess there are gonna be some more. Although, other than that, I think it runs fluently. All the zooming stuff and still works fine. All the transport stuff works fine, very fluent. Because Logic had some major issues to keep that as fluent as they had it like in like Logic 9 or like earlier versions of Logic 10. They kind of, I don't know, they did something to it, and the transport functions were like very laggy and all that kind of stuff. But other than that, I think it looks pretty cool. what I would have loved to see is highlighted tracks, like color highlighted tracks in the mixer window. Like, this brings in so much more overview to just have some transparent color over the entire channel strip. And I don't know why Logic doesn't do this. It's so much easier to overview the mixer. It's so much easier to identify where your tracks are instead of like just having these colors down here. That is one of the major things I love about Pro Tools and Studio One and all these kind of DAWs. But maybe they're gonna get there someday. Also, like these tracks right here, it would be so much greater, so much better if they just highlighted these tracks. They kind of do it if you stack them. Oops. If you stack them in a summing bus like this, so now you can see like a little bit of highlight right here. And if you now, let's see, yeah, not even if you pull up the background color, will it stick through the background? So, nah, not really cool in terms of like just identifying tracks and like groups of tracks. This would be very cool, but I've been asking for that for such a long time. I can ask for a little longer, I guess. And other than that, I think is a very cool update. I will check all the details to it, and I'll keep you informed what I think about it. I think Logic grows with every update, and this is finally a step into a more innovative kind of future, because they put in some stuff like live looping and all that kind of stuff that has been used live, that has been used in the DJ world, in the production world, and kind of like hold up to all the stuff that's been out there already. So I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. That was very exciting for me, and I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did, to take a deeper look here on the latest update of Logic Pro 10. And if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel. You can also hit the bell button if you want to be notified about any upcoming video, any live stream. And other than that, I wrap it up right here. Here's the jingle. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to see you tomorrow.
It's Benni's live stream. Broadcasting live every night, 9 p.m.
Hey! Okay, I cannot just stop the jingle, sorry.
It's Benni's live stream. Broadcasting live every night, 9 p.m. Central European Time.
See you tomorrow.